Today, what we're here to talk about is our other major program in terms of access to credit, which is the NBFC Accelerator. Okay, what's going on here? One of the reasons why a small business, particularly a small business which doesn't have collateral assets to offer as collateral, why they struggle to access credit is because the channel to deliver credit to them is broken. You see, banks, even public sector banks like the one I was with, Bank of Baroda, typically do not know how to lend to really small businesses. First, the ticket size is small. So unless you aggregate this in some way, the cost to serve is very high, the customer acquisition cost. Second is, we don't know how to do risk assessment of these firms where collateral is not clearly there. So they tend to shy away from it because anyway, their NPAs are pretty high, 15% or even higher. So the real channel to reach such small businesses turned out to be small NBFCs and also lately fintechs, companies, the NBFCs, which are using technology to acquire customers, scrape together other forms of data to understand their risk profile. Unfortunately, these NBFCs are not able to access credit themselves. So many of them are quite small. They're not necessarily the most professionally run. So their own credit evaluation by the likes of CRISIL, et cetera, is not the healthiest. The second thing is the banks tend to lend only to larger NBFCs. So it turns out that 15 NBFCs, large ones like Bajaj Finance and Shriram Finance, et cetera, they end up scooping up 85% of the total capital. And so this huge long tail of small and mid-sized NBFCs basically gets only the last 15%. So they themselves are unable to access capital, which is why the quantum of lending is small and the cost of lending is also high. And then finally, RBI also has a certain skepticism when it comes to NBFCs, perhaps stemming from the failure of firms like ILFS and Diwan Housing and others. So there's a policy issue as well, which is constraining all this. So what our point of view has been is, look, we need to figure out how to grow the number of small NBFCs and the capacity and capability of these, and try and get much more capital flowing from the large institutional financiers like the banks, public sector banks, SIDBI, et cetera. Finally, we've had a bit of a breakthrough because we've been able to excite SIDBI into anchoring this work. And we are partnering with SIDBI and supporting this partnership where we hope to accelerate the growth of 100 small NBFCs, who in turn will lend to very large number of small businesses.